If you've been following along on this recapping of Daggermouth, it's actually helping me read because this book does not have an audible. And while I like to sit down and read, it's a 500 pager. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then look, I don't know, guys. It's so good. And believe all the hype. It's definitely a 5-star. Anyway, so chapter 25 to the end, Shadira and Grayson are captured. And it was like they're meeting with his dad. And his dad is like, you're going to be trapped together for this long. You may not leave the house, blah, 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 da, da, da. And she knew he was going to push the buttons. And he pushed the buttons. And she flew off the rails. I'm going to kill you, is what she said. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, Shadira, you couldn't have said that at home to Grayson privately? You couldn't have done that? You couldn't have just taken that anger? Anyways, they get thrown in the private prison where his mom is. And also, I was like, I know who Python is, right? Like my second idea of who Python is, I was like, if I don't see Maya again, Python is this person. And Python was that person. And that little speech at the end, I was like, yes. So anyway, Shadira's beaten horribly bad. The bomb is dropped on some things, some people that we thought maybe something happened to this person, but it didn't really happen to this person the whole time. I was like, no, I don't buy it. So like the shocking revelation was like, oh yeah, I could see that. And then there was another revelation. I was like, interesting. And then, yeah, so there was and then once you figure out that didn't happen to that person, there's like a twist there and you're just like, huh. But also what happens in the next book? Like, is the twist we're seeing really the twist we're seeing? But he harmed somebody. So what am I looking at? Anyways, it'll be answered in the next book, which I'm really excited for, which I hope also releases on Audible in case I'm not on spring break and I can't just sit down and read a 500 pager. Anywho, they get it together. They're headed to the vows. Grayson is like, I actually do want to marry her. And I think she wants to marry him too. And then Lyra finds out that there's some other things that happen at the ceremony that she just wasn't aware of, which in this society, based on how her father has harmed her, I believe that. How horrifying. And so she's like, I'm going to reveal these things to my father. And she sets her own plan in motion, which was really great. And the women take off their masks and some of them are like freshly beaten. They just are very brutal to the women in this society. It gives Handmaid's Tale for sure, just a little bit more brutal and actually a lot more brutal, where just women do not have a voice, their property and all these things like that. And they're just abused. How horrifying. Anyways, so they're at the ceremony and some things takes place. They get in a pickle. Guns are everywhere and I'm like, how are they getting out of this? But I know who Python is, so I'm just like, it's your time to shine. Get out here and save people. And that person does, and then things happen. I'm just like, okay. There's like a little bit of mention of Python, but I'm like, how deep does this go? It has to go really deep, because Python's like, I'm the captain now. And so I was just like, oh, okay. Anywho, 5 stars. Great read. I wish the new book was coming out right now. It sounds like it might come out during summer, and I have a summer break. How did you like Daggermouth? Are you giving it a 5 stars? That's it. Bye.